Hello and welcome, Rocket League fans. We are here. We are live. Little Indiana Esports Network action coming at you. I'm FBI Tugbot. I'm here with the first time, or at least my personal first time, Logan Summit. Logan, how are you feeling?
I am amazing, but I try to wake up like that each and every single day. I'm ready to put the Rocket League pedal to the metal and get this boogity-oogity underway. Look, I love a little flying car soccer. You know, that's all it is flying car soccer. And I know these kids are loving it too, because this is the way they're going to make their future in the world today.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It is a brave, beautiful new world here to live in within esports, and especially being in high school, be playing esports today on broadcast. Absolutely love it. Here on the day, we got the Indiana Esports League bringing you the INDGA Dragons. We'll get you the full name here in a second, taking on the Michigan City Wolves. Now, this is week one, Logan. There's, there's obviously performances from last semester and whatnot. There's nothing from this. We got the preseason done. This is week one. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit apprehensive about the Wolves right now because they have 2 9th graders on their team and 2 11th graders. Those juniors are here to show up and show out. Now, the question is, the Dragons only have 1 9th grader on their team, and the rest of them are 10th and 11th graders. Is that experience in this league and playing Rocket League overall for another year of existence going to pay off for the Dragons over the Wolves? That is what we're here to find out.
It's a great question to be asked, Logan. At this point, Rocket League, how young a game it is, I really just have to look at like total hours played and top ranks and all this other kind of stuff, than really just put too much into like, a single year of competition. Now, the kind of competition, this right here, the lights, the sounds, everything else, broadcasted here, and that is really the kind of experience that is not recreated in other sorts of situations. This is where players get better.
Absolutely. You know how many times I've seen it when you get to the HyperX Arena or a live event, the lights are on you, the crowd is there, and you know what? Some people freeze up, and we don't talk about the mental side of esports nearly enough. Look, we in regular traditional sports, I won't say regular, that's mean to esports, but in traditional sports, we have learned how to put the sports psychologists into the coaching positions. And as these kids get older and as gaming becomes a bigger and bigger sport, at 2030, we're going to be a $30 billion with a B dollar industry. So around that time, I think we can afford a couple sports psychologists.
Oh, I think so as well. I mean, there's been many colleges, some colleges of which that these high school students might find themselves at in a few years. Obviously, 3 or 4 years for the freshmen, only a couple years down the road here for some of our juniors. I don't believe there's any seniors playing for either of these squads here on the day, Logan. So we're going to hop in the action in just a second. First, I want to talk to you about one of the organizations that make competitions just like this one possible, okay, guys? And that is Zotac. That is Zotac. Hey, everyone. We want to give a huge shout-out to Zotac Gaming for powering today's streams. Again, making stuff like this possible. Love it. Thanks to their incredible support, we're able to bring this broadcast to all of you, helping to showcase the amazing talent in Scholastic Esports, specifically on the day with high schoolers from Indiana. Let's show our appreciation for Zotac Gaming by giving them a big shout-out on social media. You can make sure to join their community over on Discord, of course, and don't forget to use the hashtag powered by Zotac, spelled just like it is, or Zotac USA when you post. You can also, if you're interested, type !Zotac in your Twitch stream right now for more information. Big shout out to Zotac for making stuff like this possible, Logan.
Oh, we love Zotac, everything about them. Look, any sponsor that is progressing esports on a high school or collegiate level, I am all behind. I'm actually a board member on the Nevada Esports Education League, which its primary job is to give scholarships out to kids like these playing so that they can tell their parents, look, I can have a true future in gaming, because you know what? As we get into here a few more years, parents aren't going to say, stop playing their video games. They're going to start saying, have you practiced your video games today?
That's a very good point. And have you played versus have you practiced? We're going to hop into the action here in just a second. Yep, we're getting the A-OK right there. But it's a very good point. Let's take a look now at these two teams who will be going forth doing battle, the virtual Rocket League pitch. That is the Indiana Gateway Digital Academy. Quite a mouthful there, Logan. We will henceforth refer to them as the Dragons. Taking down Michigan City, that's the Wolves.
You know what? I love the Wolves. They're running 3-on-3 today. That's not quite a full tack, but I will see how we do today. Let's get it going and let's get some Rocket League started, baby!
Yes, sir. Winter Storm. That's going to be Xenobugs and Eminence Shadow making up your Wolf Dragon squad. Taking a look at the Wolves. We have Sethi here on the day, CJ, Wavy, and Casper, LL. No real shots attempted quite yet. Just kind of feeling out in this game one of this best-of-5 series, Logan.
Well, here's the deal. They're going to need to use their teamwork, and they're going to need to keep this game a fast-paced one. Those are the keys to success in Rocket League. Be faster and be better. And CJ with a goal to start.
Yeah, this is just going to be off the back of kind of odd double commit, not going to lie. This one's really just teed up for CJ. He'll swing. They will swing away at those 100 times out of 100. Michigan City up 1-0 early.
And it's a 1-0 early. And here's the thing. Can they build momentum off of that first goal?
Okay.
Oh, my gosh. I guess my answer is there. No, they cannot. And it's 1-1, baby.
It's like 8 seconds later, something like that, folks, that this goes all the way in. And once again, the miscoordination on the defense. You see Casper, nose of their car, just kind of touching up with another one. I believe that was CJ. And that yields a situation where neither defensive player can make a play.
And that's how fast-paced this game is, and you have to be used to it. If this is your first time watching it, get used to it.
That was 2 open nets right there. The Dragons right here giving away opportunity, and Michigan City does not strike upon it. They'll be kicking themselves a little later for that one. Only one player back. Sethi should be able to get on top of this. That's a nice little pass to Casper, but not a whole lot on the backside. No real clear on that one, so danger still lurking for Michigan City.
With those 2 open nets, do you think that's a breakdown in communication, or just somebody got lucky that no one put it in the back of the net?
It can be both. Porque no las dos, Logan. Why not both? Definitely a little bit of both. That's going to be a big miss there from Casper as well. I think this is just maybe a little bit of nerves in week 1.
Yeah.
Maybe not a whole lot of warm-up pre. Not 100% sure. Not making any definitive statements here, Logan. But what I do see is a little bit of sloppy Rocket League early, because this scoreline could easily be like 3-2 right now.
They're not finding the centering passes, and they're not hitting that big ass, that big ball off the wall the right way right now. I think you're right. It's jitters. They're feeling each other out. This is the first game of the season right now. So you know what? The thumbs aren't hot, but Seth is hot, and that's a second goal right there for Michigan City.
Yeah, this is a fantastic job. So Casper puts this up. It looks like a shot. It is not. This is a pass. It's just using the backboard to get their little alley-oop action. Michigan City is going to go up 2-1.
I love a good alley-oop, but you got to call backboard sometimes. I'm just saying, you got to call it.
Got to. Fancy shot so far. If that was more centered, this would have been a goal. Michigan City's got to play their rotations a little bit better and have that player back to make these defensive stops.
As they try so hard, and we got a centering pass. Somebody needs to be there to do it. That's just good defense, though. And the Michigan City is on the hunt again, and right back to it. The Academy's taking it away from them.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, it's just difficult. There you go. That's the clear that I'm looking for there from CJ, but the follow-up just not there. Michigan City, their problem was with defensive rotations earlier. What a pass as CJ is going to find pay dirt on this one and get a real lead for the side of Michigan City for the first time in this series.
CJ goes wavy gravy and puts it right back into that net, and that's how you get it done, showing the Rocket League acumen. And now they've got themselves a 2-point lead. Can they keep that lead? Can they keep the momentum going? That's what esports is all about, and that's what Rocket League is all about.
Yes, sir. I mean, like I always say, whatever the score line difference is in the first half can be undone in the second, but this is going to have to... Where is the Dragon squad? Okay, wings clipped on that one. Nobody flying in for the help.
Absolutely. Look, you got maybe even call a timeout and say to your team, where are you? That is definitely a miscommunication and bad teamwork. And bad teamwork doesn't make the dream work.
Does not. That's what nightmares are made out of here, Logan. We'll see if this continues on in our AAA regular season as Michigan City. It is not time to switch strats and just pour it all into defense yet, but that will be the situation that Indiana Gateway Digital Academy finds themselves in, where it's just pour it all into offense because a loss of 2, loss of 10, it's all the same within our best of 5 series. Got to get the block right here, and CJ does not.
CJ, you let the team down. CJ was backpedaling and couldn't make it happen for the Michigan City. But Indiana Gateway, oh man, they're getting it done right over there with that second goal. Now they're back in it, and now they can look to their team and say, "Hey, we can do this. We're still in this match."
Yeah, no, that is really the momentum, the motivation, right? Those good feelings that are necessary. Follow-up shot is not there from Sethi. Gotta say, based on what we've learned from Sethi so far, a bit of an uncharacteristic miss.
And you know what? Sethi missed that just a bit outside. That was really close. If he has a second shot at that, I guarantee it goes in.
Yeah, so, I mean, just the top bar, sidebars coming in for the best fourth Rocket League player ever. That one just a little bit too high as well. So both of these teams having a little bit of issues with the aerial shots and just putting a little bit too much juice on them.
Do you think that was a case of it being too high, or was somebody not there to get that rebound? Ooh. As Xenobug scores, and we've got ourselves a tie game. They are not going away quietly.
No, they are not. This looks like a pass and shot attempt, but really it's just a play off the back wall again, and Michigan City gets caught looking. Defender there gets nothing more than a front row seat to their third and tying score here with 42 seconds left. It's the classic 42-second drill that everyone talks about, Logan.
It is. It's obvious. Hey, are the Wolves gonna make a woo move, or are the Dragons gonna spit fire and get it done with 30 seconds remaining?
I mean, a 2-score lead and continuing the offense is exactly what the doctor ordered here. A really weak clear, and CJ Wavy just gets possession granted to him like it's falling from the skies in the form of rain. And then another one, Michigan City getting away with murder right now. I'm not 100% sure why the Dragons haven't snapped on top of this.
Yeah, somebody stop them. It's runaway. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come and get in the back of the goal, or we're going to overtime.
Yeah, 000's got to keep the ball aloft right here. Still a scoring opportunity. Is shot over, and I think that was a fantastic angle for Sethi, but all for not overtime in game number 1, Logan.
I would have loved to see a juggle to that goal and keep that in the air, but here we are at 0-0. Might as well be.
Yeah, I mean, people make allegories to Rocket League about hockey. In that situation, it's just about volleyball. Do not let that ball hit the ground, because your scoring opportunity will be gone. Of course, there was a score difference of 1. Can be undone right there, but true overtime. Here we go.
And is anybody there to get the rebound? No! And we've seen this all game long. Hopefully this won't be a match problem, just a game problem.
I can't imagine that this wouldn't be a hot topic of conversation. Oh, to be a fly on the wall of the Discord chat. Really of Michigan City, especially given that they got the early lead and have now let that lead them to a overtime type situation. Now, Michigan City has spent most of the time in the offense. That's a really, really weird corner pass. That was almost inside. And now Michigan City just having to, again, do their brick wall impersonation for a really extended period of time here.
This is a back and forth game of ping pong to the death, basically. They are not making headway either way. Hold on, we got a good juggle. Is anybody going to be there to help out?
Too high. So the focus is a little bit too much on trying to make magic themselves in a team-based game. Got to put it up for your teammates, because that was money all day long. That's decently centered. Bounce in inside. And Michigan City, even with a little bit of drama here, Logan, Michigan City still gets it done.
Yeah, they got it done, but with a little bit of luck on that long ball to put it back in there. Look, they had an early lead, and they lost that lead. At least the Dragons can say, hey, we were in it. We brought it back, and we didn't fall away. So the momentum isn't exactly there for Michigan City, especially with that long ball win by Wavy. But Wavy did their job with 3 goals, and Seth showing up and showing us that they know how to play this game.
Yeah, so was just trying to briefly look at the numbers right there. I think I saw a 9-6 shot differential. What this tells me, Logan, is that the time of possession just a little bit more so for this Michigan City squad. Now, it makes sense for them to have taken a lead going in, but gonna have to work on retaining the lead coming this next. Now, on the flip side, Dragons score first. We basically see a game that we have not watched before.
Right. Look, if they could come out of the gates here and put one in the back of the net and put Michigan City on their back and have them chasing, that's what they need to do. Keep this momentum running. I want that snowball to be bigger as it rolls downhill, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Have this turn into an avalanche that is just insurmountable at that point. in time. Taking a look, we'll get the numbers back up there. Thank you, guys. CJ Wavy coming in looking really, really fine, but I'm not sure if that was a lack of boost or just kind of abandoned the pre-jumped early right there. Not 100% sure. Regardless, Michigan City is still in the offensive third. Puts us to the middle, and again, just a whiff. Like, this wasn't a guaranteed goal by any means. Okay, I was going to say, if the Dragons can turn this into a point, then that would be the perfect Rocket League play, right? Defending against offensive shots and taking possession, get one of your own.
Yeah, it's a little sloppy right now. They're basically running it down the sides, and no one's making a good centering pass. And when they do, the teammates aren't there to pick it up and put it in the back of the net. That is going to be a point of contention in their next practice. And as the great John Wooden always says, or used to say, perfect practice makes perfect. And right now, we're seeing very far from perfection.
Yes, we are. Again, week one, maybe a little jitters, maybe even a little bit of stream jitters, knowing that that's going to be going out to the world, right? Nobody wants to make a mistake in front of everybody. That cannot let you be scared to play at your best.
Yeah, you got to put your best foot forward. Oh, what a block right there. Huge save. That is a huge save. That is big right there by the Wolves.
Yeah, so CJ Wavy right there showing up. We've seen multiple times what they can do on offense, now showing up on the defensive side. When the memo just read, park the bus, do not move. Don't put it in drive, don't put it in reverse, just park right there because that's where the ball is coming.
Yeah, if you pass go, we're not giving you $200 because you just crushed it, and here we go.
Nice. Casper. Just a little pop play up under this one. No flick necessary, no crazy resets or anything else like this. And also, I mean, this is kind of on the Dragons here because they're really far cheated up, and then they give away this opportunity to send this ball shooting down, and then you see the other two members not even really in goal. If you're going to give away possession like that, you got to believe that it's coming back, and it's coming back quickly.
And look, the Dragons try to make their way in the world today. It's going to take everything they got as they are once again behind. It's only one goal, but as of right now, I feel like the Wolves are still in control of this match. They've got the possession time.
100%. Now, yeah, big save right there. This is really just Michigan City kind of feeling out this Dragon squad. The Wolves feeling out the Dragons here and kind of seeing, like, how much can you do through the air? The answer was a resounding about as much as you guys can. Nice block with the double shot. Winter Storm comes down on you like a bad dream. And once again, the Dragons tie up this game.
And this is the House of Dragons right now because they are getting it done. That was not one rebound, but 2 rebounds. And you know what that says to me? Better teamwork. Their teamwork is starting. Let's get that chemistry going. It's week 1, but we are not done.
No, and see, that's what I'm talking about. That kind of cohesion here, Logan. This has just been, I'm not sure if it's a situation of not wanting to crowd your teammate or maybe even being scared of making the big plays right here, but that's exactly what I've been talking about this entire time with backing up your teammates. Here on the other side, this is another thing. Sethi needed to be a little bit farther forward because CJ was on the rotation back. If this is your first time watching Rocket League, it's just the things, the rotations. There's not a goalie. There's not a always offensive striker. There are different roles for different players based on how close they are to the ball at that time.
And I don't know if there's cheerleaders for this, as Xenobug scores another goal, bringing them into the lead. The Dragons take the lead 2-1. Yo, this game just got turned up to 11 because I can almost hear people going, be aggressive, be aggressive. Give me my pom-poms, I got this.
There you go. Not just casters anymore, folks. But the Dragons have proved that even in an early lead, do we have an AFK player, unfortunately? Okay, so that was about 150 where it went, scoreline 2-1, players now moving. Okay, good. Just making sure that nobody's getting kicked and just trying to make a note of time in case we need it for our TOs on the backside. All gravy there now, folks.
You're doing everybody's job today. I love it. Doing my job,
hey,
doing production's job.
I'm out here trying to TO.
Yo, somebody's got to do it right, and you're getting it done. As the Michigan City Wolves are trying to get it done and tie this game up right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a situation they haven't found themselves in. It's not the end of the line here. Game 2 is not done and dusted. And even so, at the worst thing that could possibly happen for Michigan City is just tying up the lead. But nobody wants to give away this advantage early. Just like the Dragons here do not want to go down 2-0 down in the series. And, man, Michigan City is just looking like they're allergic to passing, man. I hate to be too negative, but...
Yeah, but you know what? play better. If you don't want us to talk about it, then just do something better. Oh,
yeah.
Talk about better. Winterstorm showing that. Oh, I think they just did a kickflip and scored a goal.
See, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to passes. You see Michigan City putting these up. The Dragons are going to go extinct. It's just been a solo show so far for these Wolves, but hey, you know, they hunt as a pack. There's no lone wolves here.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I
Oh.
love... Oh, let's go.
Oh, I thought that was going to be it. Sorry.
I almost jumped on top of my desk right there. As Wavy will not go away quietly. Michigan City still in this. It's now 3-2.
I love the fact that they can score quickly like this. This is basically off of kickoff as well, you know, about 5 seconds afterwards. Michigan City, you don't have to put yourselves in this situation. Pass the ball just a little bit more, trust in your teammates, and these points will come afterwards, I promise you.
And this is where those comparisons to hockey come in, is because you can score in literally 3 seconds.
Yes, 100%. And I mean, even so, if we get to triple zeros, of course, Michigan City's goal will be to keep this off the ground. Until that, where's defender? And yeah, Sethy's picking up big boost in the corner, and they're gonna bite the bullet for that one.
Kane doesn't need Abel because he's enabled to get that point right there and push the Dragons into a 2-point lead. It's 4-2, and that time on the clock is running low.
Yes, it is. I don't want to put this all on Sethy either. That was a mild miss from CJ Wavy, but more so just a fantastic aerial position and dribble there from our Dragons player. On board with Kane right now as he's trying to just put this one up, put another one on the board, but 10 seconds to go. They would need to score like literally right now and then take a kickoff.
Oh,
as long as there's 1 second, it's possible. Not going to happen. Did not get it in time. This game will end there.
And that is all she wrote. And here we go. Now we've got ourselves a matchup today.
Yes, sir.
The Dragons not going away. 4-2, by the way. Did that handily. And Winterstorm showing up with 2 goals and 1 assist. Ooh. Look, hey, by the way, the Dragons had, what was that? That's 10 shots to the 4 shots on the Michigan City. So possession is the key to victory in this matchup.
Yeah, and especially when you look at the saves. I mean, pretty much, what, you only have 4 total shots, half of them saved by this Dragon squad. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Also, love it. These goals distributed as evenly as you can with 4 total and 3 out of the 4 of them assisted. The Dragons have woken up, and you might be scared of what has awakened from its nap.
Well, I'll tell you this. I have to say thank you to Landfest being awake each and every single time we go to production, because they do such a great job. They've been building healthy communities through gaming, and 23 chapters across 18 states with over 150 events a year. So all you have to do is get on that interweb and find an event near you and get involved. You can find that event near you at landfest.com.
Love it, love it. Worked with them many a times. Always been an absolute pleasure. Game 5 series basically boiled down now to a best of 3 here, Logan.
Yes, it is. It is a best of 3, and I love it. Yo, this game is so exciting. I don't know why it isn't the #1 esports game in all of the land.
Well, Sethy making the case for that one here, yes, but flying car soccer, right? Flying car soccer. It is internationally understood. It can be played offline. It can be played on smart fridges. You don't even need a PC, right?
Literally. I could do my grocery shopping and kick some rear in Rocket League as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, almost! That's going to be Sethy for a second, though. Defender cannot get there. And Michigan City is acting like they're real upset about what I was saying in game number 2 here, Logan.
That's a back-to-back score! Sethy's getting it done, and they have to close that door for Sethy because he is on a tear. And you know what? Building momentum is the best way to scare your way into a victory.
Well, absolutely. 2 in 11 seconds here. 2 in 11 seconds for Sethy. One was completely drawn up by them and executed perfectly. The other one was assisted and still made that thing sing. Love it. Love it. Gonna have to dig themselves out of a deficit that I don't believe the Dragons have faced yet. I think they faced a 1-score deficit, but not 2. No, they did.
No, they went down 2 to. They went down
game 1,
2 to start this whole affair. So they've been here before. Let's see if second time's a charm for them and they can keep it going in the right direction. Because I gotta say it would be a little downtrodden if I kept getting behind 2-0 right off the gate. 11 seconds is wow. That's a lot.
They get literally about as good as they get. You'd have to get it like literally off a kickoff to get it faster than that. But minute at a time burned away. I'd say another goal here from Michigan and their real main competitor, at least once we hit like halftime plus, would just be the time. Just be the sand in the hourglass. Not really the Dragons anymore. Let's get there first though, because this offense has been just kind of switching possessions back and forth thus far. Xenobug puts this way too far for a teammate to get on top of, but it does take a demo for their efforts.
And a little boom, shalak lock boom, all right now, never hurt anybody, but I gotta tell you this, the Dragons need to get back, they need to get their head back in this. I don't know what they need to do to make it happen, call a timeout, sing kumbaya, hold hands, whatever it is, they need to get locked in.
I gotta agree with you. They have been kind of lacking on the boost, like the boost steals from Michigan City have been coming through right here, but that's actually a great job rotating back here for Kane, just kind of realizing that they are never out of the real source of danger as long as players like CJ and Sethi are on the pitch.
Yeah, but we are getting a lot of, we're playing catch a little bit. We're just sitting in the backyard right now playing catch with each other. There's not a sense of urgency from the Dragons, and you know what? Here we see it again. Michigan City's just making their way.
It's a double commit right there on the offense for Michigan City. I'm not going to call it a completely open net, but when you have two players coming up like that, you have to communicate like you fake, I shoot. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's another volleyball comparison as well. You know what? Somebody goes up for that spike, and and then the person behind it hits them, and you see that in Rocket League as well.
100%. I mean, you've seen it on display here. That's a little bit too far to the outside, but a fantastic defensive stop off the sidewall, and Michigan City is in a different zip code when that's going down. Are they just relying on individual play here? That's just not.
Yes.
I mean, it hasn't come through and really sung supreme through this so far. So I'd be kind of surprised if that would go forth. Now, if they're just dedicating members back for defensive efforts, then things like that are going to happen because they're going to cheat up a little bit too much, and then they're just going to fill the box. The Dragons just completely fly into this box and do exactly that.
Yeah, they got caught cheating, and they're not going to do it again. I can guarantee you they're going to learn from that mistake. And if not, they're going to be back and forth. I was going to say
seesaw, yes sir.
Seesaw battle back and forth. But here we are on the teeter-totter, and we're still trying to get in the game right now for the Dragons. And Michigan City.
Open net.
Oh!
It's literally the lesson they just learned on the previous, like they just like kind of taught to their team earlier, just cheating up a little bit more. I mean, this wasn't crunch time yet. This wasn't a time for the Indiana Gateway Digital Academy to just pour it all into offense quite yet. They have plenty of time, minute 45, and their efforts just got. The difference between one score difference and two is just monumental. Like you can't really say, oh, it's just one more score, because of everything changes.
And if you're new to this and you're saying, but we saw 2 scores in 11 seconds, that's not every day, okay?
No. Not by any means. That is a Herculean effort with which Sethi went forth and sprung straw into goal. Down bottom, Casper actually gets hit right there. That's not going to, no demos necessary, just a little bit of physical play, and there's only one player back, and Kane wastes the best opportunity we've seen in this game so far for the Dragons. You got to get this centered, and you got to play that, because even off a rebound, when we saw it earlier, double tap's the name of the game right here.
We have seen some whiffs and way too many, and not enough teamwork. Look, these teams got to be in the right place at the right time, and they're just not communicating well enough to get themselves there. It's a touch and go situation here. Forgive me on that one, but I need to see a little bit more communication between these teams.
Yeah, and it doesn't always have to be verbal either. Just literally picking up on, I don't want to call it body cues because they're in cars, but it's those things. And obviously these players have played with each other many, many times before. Double bumping your teammate is, what's the quote? What's the dodgeball quote? It's an aggressive play. See if it pays out for him.
Hold on a second. Can you dodge a wrench? Is that the quote you're looking for? Because I think you might be.
It's a bold move, Cod, and we'll see how that pays off for him. That's what it is.
Hey, it is a bold move, and we'll see what happens. But I got to tell you, I'm going to be taking their gym away from them in a second here. Look, when we see the teams do the work together, we see the teams garner victories. And guess what? There you go, Michigan City.
Yes, sir. This one looking, well, I mean, given that we started out with a overtime situation, Michigan City Wolves taking that down by 1, and then Dragons take it down by 2, which is a situation they kind of added on to a lead after a while. The writing seemed to be on the wall a little bit more. Zeno coming out with a trio of demos right there, only a teammate with 1. Taking a look at the shot differentials, and you really, really see the tail of the tape here. Only 2 for the Dragons.
And there was 3 saves that the Dragons made. So technically, this could have been a 6-1 victory by Michigan City because Michigan has 0 saves on the board.
Yeah.
So that might have been a more lopsided victory if it wasn't for some decent defense by Kane and Zeno getting it done over there for the Dragons. But if the Dragons don't turn around and make this stop right now, they are on the bad side of this ball bouncing.
I completely agree. Best of 5 series, their first opportunity. I mean, their real wiggle room in Game 1 was done and dusted. Now Game 3 going down, not their way. On series point. Now, just for a little context, of course, this is Week 1, so this is not going to negatively affect any postseason opportunities for your friends, your students, your children, whoever's watching.
Hold on. When we get to the postseason, then we can determine that, because isn't there a point?
Fair. I'm saying nobody's getting, nixed out of the postseason based on the results of today.
All right, gotcha. Today isn't the end-all, be-all. There's plenty of time to get better.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. See how this one goes. We're going to have to see a Dragon squad that played much, much more like their Game 2 form here, Logan, if they're going to come forth here and make this a full 5-game series.
Well, the way I see it is if they don't score first, they're done.
Was the situation they enjoyed in Game number 2, right? You got a good point.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. If they don't get that ball in the back of that net first, Michigan is going to have that gumption behind. They're going to be able to pull themselves up from the bootstraps even if they get behind right now. I feel like the momentum is in Michigan's favor, and I feel like the Dragons have to put this through, but Michigan's defense just won't let them do it.
That's a great effort there from Zeno, and just a little bit too high. No, this one gets assisted on the way in. I believe that, so Winterstorm puts this up. Let's watch this in replay here, because I believe there was a little bit of help. Oh, no, so CJ goes to the outside, not in. That is a heartbreaker. That was a hair's breadth away from being probably the best save we've seen in the series so far, but instead, what we do see is the Dragons get in the situation that we said they needed to go forth and take this game down.
This is exactly what they needed, and now what they need to do is stop the Wolves from getting on the board and tying this up. They need to go up 2-0 and let the Wolves know that they're in charge.
Yeah, that was really, really dangerous. A great job, Michigan City. Again, they've kind of licking their wounds from previous mistakes about cheating up a little bit too much, not leaving a player back, and not really anticipating these big, long, wafting balls from different area codes. That is a perfect pass and just a gut shot here from CJ Wavy. Love it.
CJ getting it done. Look, they were able to make a block on one of the other shots, but then CJ said, "You can't block this. That's in the back of the net."
Not actually a pass unless you consider it coming from the opponent right there. A bad play and a bad pass to center this one up from Kane yields to a tying situation here from the Michigan City. We talk about it all the time, Logan, and the best teams are those that recognize and then take advantage of mistakes when they happen.
Yeah, those are the best teams can come back from the mistakes that they've made and capitalize on the mistakes of their counterparts.
Very true. Very true. Winter Storm putting on a little bit of a clinic right there. Yeah, the beautiful aerial dribbling right there, kind of showing off what they can do when they're given a lot of boost.
But this is not an individualistic game. This is a team game that involves synergy.
Oh, no.
And
okay.
What a block right there. That was getting it done.
That was a really tough angle there as well. Great job from CJ Wavy. Like, you see this, the nerves start going, the sweats start hitting, right? And great job just kind of realizing, hey, slow it down. If I hit this fast, I'm going to own goal. Just hit it over to the side and keep it moving.
Some good juggling happening, but they need their team to follow them in.
They do. Big boost picked up on the way in for a defensive effort. Winter Storm is actually going to be the one. A great undercarriage hit right now, and Kane just feasts.
And that's what needs to happen each and every single time. That's how the Dragons are going to win this game. That's how you play some Rocket League.
Yeah, and Sethi assumes that this one's going a little bit farther to the inside. You can kind of see by the way he jumped, the way they jumped back towards the goal right here. This was not a ball that needed to be played right there. Honestly, just sit, again, got to park the bus a little bit, sit it down there, see where it's going next. And really at that point, just pay attention to where your opponents are coming, because that ball isn't going in by itself.
So if you're the Wolves right now, what do you need to do to tie this up and get it done? Is it what you've been doing all day long, or do you need to switch it up and around?
Get physical like you did in games 1 and 2. You got no demos in the previous game. That was all Dragons right there, and they were able to take it down in the end. But physical play is where you've been getting beat so far. And I'm not talking about straight up demos all the time. Just literally, one person puts around the corner, and that person charges in for whoever's on goalie duties at that time, given that there will almost always be one hanging out on sidewall after that. It's going to be so much harder to get down and low. Block this box. Now a great job right here. That's 2 players. Got to go for a nice little tapper, and this is going to go off the ceiling. No one with an offensive opportunity there.
Yeah, you don't see that in big arenas, but you just see it in Rocket League every once in a while. You can't, look, off the ceiling, not going to help. We need you to go off the side walls. That's why we need to make these plays.
Okay, so Sethi hitting away from the teammate, and possession is given right back over. You could clip the last 3 seconds and tell you why this hasn't been a 3-0 sweep for the Wolves so far.
You're not wrong on that. Look, I'm loving the fact that this new boost, by the way, I haven't been in this game for quite a little bit, and I'm loving these boost meters, and it gives you a real opportunity to be able to see where these players are and what kind of opportunity they have to score, pass, and do it all.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful, right, Logan? Like, we in the spectator mode have been able to see that for forever. Obviously, we have our nice little unique layout as well, the nice little UI provided by Landfest, of course. But in case you're new, those little boost meters can be seen by teammates. They cannot be seen by opponents. So that's a whole other level of stat tracking, of like resource tracking, excuse me, is knowing that like, oh yeah, I just watched him burn 3 full seconds of boost out, hasn't picked up anything since then. This guy cannot get aerial with it.
Wow. But what a way to keep it out of the back of the net.
Casper.
Can he follow it up?
Oof.
Yes.
Oof.
Zeno getting it done. That was Casper making a bad play right there. And Zeno capitalizing on that with their own rebound.
If you're going to play the back position, you cannot be horizontal going sideways across this map right here. You're just going to put yourself in situations where that ball is going to sail over you, just like you're in the outfield, and you maybe backpedaled a little bit too much. You're going to fall down. It's going to go right over your head. And even if it wasn't centered up, that should have been another shot to really put the nail in the coffin here. But 2 scores, 10 seconds, not going to happen regardless. We have a 5-game series. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Get excited. This is what it's all about. First game of the first week of the season, and these teams are playing their hearts out. This is what this league is about. Welcome to Rocket League, Indiana High School Esports League, baby. We are in full effect.
So round and round we go. Where we stop, Logan, I do not know. 4-3 in the very first game for the side of Michigan City. That's the Wolves. Then flip the script on its ear. 4-2 for the Dragons. 3-1, another 2-score lead. And to go take it all the way to the end for the Wolves. And then we see the Dragons do the exact same thing in game 4. So I have no predictions. All anticipations have gone out the window.
Yeah.
Am I reading this right?
Yeah,
Is
you're
that
reading
12 shots?
Yes.
For the Dragons versus 2?
Yeah, and look at how many saves the Wolves had. So this is a flip-flop. This is, you know what? Like Yogi Berra used to say, it's deja vu all over again. It might be, because literally the Dragons made 8 saves last game. 8 of them. The Wolves made 8 saves last game. So the Dragons really could have taken that and run away with it, just like the Wolves could have done in the match before. So who's showing up for this this rubberneck match? Who's showing up for this best of 5? I don't know, because we've seen 2 different teams from each of these teams.
Yeah, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. This is a series that has been turned on its ear. No idea who's going to take this one down. Best of 5 series boiled down to a best of 3, boiled down to a best of 1. A one and done right here between the Indiana Gateway Digital Academy and Michigan City.
And we aren't going to see them fight for their life, because if they're not fighting for their right to party, they are not going to have a good time. So let's find out who can have the best time and get themselves a win week number 1.
Gotta say, Sethi as well has not gotten involved in the offensive efforts here for Michigan City as much in the past 2 games, really. Outside of that, that was the 2-score lead really, really early in game number 3, and we just did not see that as much towards the rest of that game and then into our previous. Now, that is something we gotta unlock a little bit here for Michigan City if they're gonna go forth and take down this game number 5.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. They need to unlock that and get that meta going back in their way. Oh, man. I just keep seeing missed opportunities by both teams here.
Oh no! This is a ball that is supposed to bounce down and bounce out.
Yeah.
Poor positioning here from the defense. Yeah. So really what, like the solution here, of course, is that Zeno needs to come back like literally a quarter second early. He needs to be like ripping that e-brake and skidding into that to be into position to then obviously get that on the opposite side of its momentum. As it is off the nose, technically an own goal.
Yeah, technically, and you do hate to see that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure whoever scores the first goal in the match wins the game so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that has been the case. Obviously, it came coming real close in game number 1 where the Dragons with the overtime situation.
Right.
But I do believe that you are correct, sir.
So you know what? That might be the telltale sign that the Wolves are going to bring this one home. But no, Kane says I can go from 3-point land. Steph Curry, you ain't got nothing on me.
This is all the way out here. Fantastic stuff. So, especially given that you had 2 defenders coming up for this one, both and they didn't make contact with each other. This is the telegraph. Hey, if you're the Dragons, send it all through the air. Airmail it. Put extra postage on it to make sure that it gets there, because the Michigan City squad, these Wolves, are having trouble getting up in the air.
Yeah, they cannot do the bounce all that well. They don't get it up in the air and wave them like you just don't care. We need to see more of that from them if they're going to hope to get it done. But we've got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to see who will be victorious in week number 1.
Yeah, and this is tied up in the series, it's tied up in the game. Now, Michigan is giving up a solid bit of offensive shots right here, but now finally going the other way and trying to give it to Kane. That was a really, really, really weird pass, and oh my goodness, how did that not go in? Casper right here, best laid efforts, not gonna happen. A demo into the roller. Sethi gets all the assistance on this one.
Casper didn't need to be the friendly ghost there because Seth got it right there done. And we get a little boom, a little demo love to boot. You know, I love to see some demos. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, this wasn't going to happen if the demo doesn't happen. Obviously, he could have gotten a bump, but even a wayward, errant flying car can still block momentum of a ball, as we all know.
Yeah, they got a little bit of that bump and grind going. And let's see, as we all go down the other way.
That was almost perfectly slotted to the top.
It was a great centering, right?
Yeah, it was a great centering, and then honestly, it's a really, really hard angle. So props to that Dragons player that got the angle. That's another fantastic angle. CJ is just not going to be done in so easily. A top ball, yep. Like I said earlier, you can see these Dragons. There hasn't been a ball that's been anywhere near anything but the top bar in probably 60 seconds or so.
Yeah, and if they're I thought we were for sure gonna get that one, but another great save by the Wolves. They're just not letting the Dragons get this one by.
Well, they are not. No, they are not. And with CJ Wavy with full boost right now and perfectly positioned right there across the middle part of this, everybody flipping and turning back for it, and then possession is just given back on over to the offense. Casper do something right here. CJ Wavy comes up for it, but he gets beaten there, and this goes back to the midfield.
And we were in position to see a good score there. Let's see if we can get a good centering pass. The Wolves come back in, able to play some defense, but not able to clear it yet. The Dragons got this.
Oh,
just
CJ
too high.
From down low. I love this. This player can get it done from anywhere, and Xenobook says, get it done from anywhere. That's my middle name.
It's all tied up. It's 2-2. Think about this. We could be going to overtime for our final game. We went into overtime in our first matchup. Do we go into overtime for our last matchup? This has been the electricity you can cut with a knife. Welcome to week 1. Welcome to game 1. Welcome to match 1. This is awesome. I love this.
100 seconds left. It was literally 99 seconds left, I guess, technically on that one. So it's like we're watching a Rocket League movie or something like this. Back and forth we go. Solid pass. Can't get there again. So Sethi, Sethy's just had like a really, really up and down offensive performance. Sometimes it's some of the flashiest stuff we've seen amongst these 6 players. Sometimes it just looks like they're just trying to pick up boosts. I don't really get it.
Right out of the gate, they look fantastic, but they have had ups and downs, and I think that's just nerves and a little bit of practice. We are, like you said, early on in this season. Oh my gosh! Come on! Stop playing with my emotions.
Yep, that's going to go all the way inside. Kane takes another one, and the aerial woes for the Michigan City Wolves continue, Logan.
Yeah, they're going to need how to pop, drop, lock, and load.
I mean... The thing is, I've literally seen CJ Wavy personally be able to block shots like this. When I see them just jump and not even alter their movement whatsoever, what that's saying is like, okay, I'm just giving up. I'm not even going to try and make this. I'm not going to burn it on. I'm just going to give up this lead, and that's just not the mentality of a winner or champion. You have to at least make plays for those.
No, do you think Kobe Bryant woke up and said that in the morning? That's a non-Mamba mentality if I ever heard one. Stick-to-itiveness needs to be the name of this game.
Yeah, getting involved with the offense again, CJ Wavy. It's what we will see if Michigan City gets it on to the offensive prowess here. This is a pass to nobody, and CJ Wavy beating feet to try and get to it. Can't quite get there. And it kind of seems like Michigan City is just have these like continuous split decisions about whether or not to assume the full offense. Well, guys, you should have assumed the full offense about 20 seconds ago. Again, loss of 1, loss of 10, all the same. CJ! Oh no, last bounce, and not gonna happen. The comeback kids in INDGA. That's the Dragons getting it done in game number 5.
The Dragons win!
Love it.
Now here's the question. Did the Dragons beat the Wolves, or did the Wolves beat themselves? Who played? Look, this was a back and forth battle, and I want to say the stronger team won, but we didn't see a definitive winning performance from either team. I just think the better team today was the Dragons.
I 100% agree. 100% agree. It's not that the Dragons didn't make mistakes, Logan. It's just that the Wolves' mistakes were A, far more obvious, and B, so frequently led to scores immediately afterwards. So it's just like so much more obvious to even the untrained eye that was like, okay, that's a mistake. This is a mistake. This is you can't be bouncing against your teammates like this. You can't be going forth and taking offensive opportunities, Logan.
It's not rocket science. Sorry. But really, the Wolves need to get air. Look, we called it. We said it's air soccer with cars. The Michigan are missing the air part. They need to get in the air. They were not waving their hands like they just didn't care. And you know what the Dragons did? And the Dragons were able to basically beat them by 1 point. That's all this came down to, was 1 point. That's one mistake. That's one missed block. That's one wrong used turbo. That's one demolition in the wrong spot. It's just one. So no one definitively won this. Yes, Dragons, congratulations. But both teams have to go back and do some work.
I mean, you can't feel bad about a 3-2 loss. Obviously, the most ideal loss that there is, we'll be talking about game points and everything else like that, and differentials, again, like later on in the season when you talk about the postseason and stuff like that. You got to think about this right now, though. And at the end of the day, it just felt like the Wolves came forth in this series and had control until the very end. Those last 2 games, they just complete loss of control, and I think the Dragons were able to read their number all the way through.
They definitely fell flat. They hit the plateau, if you will. I don't know if that was a mental thing. I don't, we're not there. We don't know. But there will be conversations about that, because you have to keep going towards the summit, if you will. You can't stop midway and take a break. It's not that type of game, okay? You got to play it intense all the way through. It is about that. They were not putting the bodies, it's cars, but they weren't putting the bodies on there the way they needed to.
Box, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
When they watch this back, they are going to be kicking each other. Both teams.
I always say that if you go forth and you take an L, especially a hard-fought L like this, and you then go forth and don't learn anything from that L, you effectively lost twice. as it is, the Michigan City Wolves have plenty of film, plenty of stuff to go back and review. Things just as simple as like not bumping into each other, which is just more like incidental mistakes. You can't ever play like a perfect game, right? But there's also little things like the communication, passes, and obviously the aerial performances. As it is, though, that's gonna be pretty much it for here on our broadcast, which of course leads us to our least favorite part towards the end of any broadcast, and that is the end here. I want to give a shout out to LOS Portals, that is League OS Portals, of course, or Portal, excuse me. Again, one of the other organizations that make competitions just like this one possible. Do you want to play esports in college? I really would have liked to about 15 years ago there, Logan.
That would have been awesome.
Would have been awesome. Now there's a way to search through hundreds of collegiate esports programs to see where they are, what games they play, and even what majors they offer. Just go to portal.leagueos, spelled just like it sounds, .gg to search. That is portal.leagueos.gg to search, and IEN students can also sign in to manage their own prospect profiles, where all of their stats automatically update match over match, excuse me. So you're going to have your live stats there. You can also bring them to the colleges when you want to talk about them, possibly about higher education. Now, there are scholarships out there for players as well as shoutcasters, social media managers, and more. So make sure you add all of your talents to your profile. Make it as attractive as possible and just list all of those skills, whatever they are within esports that you may have. Verified collegiate esports coaches are searching the LOS portal right now for promising prospects, and they are, of course, reaching out to the ones they like. And of course, the LOS portal, the League OS portal, is free for students, of course. Don't miss your chance to get discovered. You can visit, again, that's portal.leagueos.gg today and take your game to the next level. Love what LOS portal has been doing. Sorry, Logan.
No, it's okay, but you just said my favorite four-letter word, free. Everybody, it's free. If you don't take us up on it, you are missing out on a great advantage for yourself, your friends, your kids. Hey, maybe you got to do a little bit of research for your kids to get them involved, but go out there and get involved. No one is going to come out and do it for you.
Yeah, and especially the coaching aspect of this, right? Getting coaching involved at a younger age, it is, we don't have stats for it right now, given how new esports is. I'll tell you from personal experience, if there's one single thing outside of support from the family that top players go for from high school into college and beyond, and go for it to be top players in the world, it's going to be coaching. It's going to be getting those coaches involved early. As it is, a fantastic shout out to the Dragons here. 3-2 victory. A hard fought loss here for the Wolves, but again, I do believe we're reaching towards the end here. Logan, do you have anything else for the good people before we bid them adieu?
Well, I just had a blast being here. I hope you had fun being with me. You can check me out on the Logan Summit Show on all the social media platforms out there. And of course, I have my own weekly esports talk show called Technical Timeout with, me, yours truly. And you can find that on YouTube. And of course, over on the Ultimate Endgamers League as well. Thank you so much for having me, Tugboat. I do appreciate it.
Not a problem at all, Logan. It was an absolute blast. Similarly, but first, I do want to give a shout out to some of the individuals that make shows like this just possible, right? Logan, Summit, and I are just two mustachioed men screaming about esports in our rooms without our production staff. Big shout out to Landfest. Big shout out to No Skills, and of course to the Plaid Ginger. No Skills, that's his name. That's what he goes by. I would never say that about the man himself, right?
I was gonna say, man, that's just rough. You can call him All Skills from now on.
There you go. Love it. And as far as myself, if you enjoyed what you heard, FBI_Tugboat, literally everywhere. Got it everywhere. FBI_Tugboat. Follow away, like, subscribe, everything to the Twitch chat right here, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.